Scripture text, let the little children lead them. The Palmar Church of the Brethren was where the caring cupboard began. 3 of our children's Sunday school teachers were planning what they wanted to do with the kids for, I think it was the summer quarter. They asked the kids, what did they think Jesus would do if somebody came by the church hungry? They talked about it and they decided, they took a wooden cart, the kids painted it, they called it the caring cupboard, and they started bringing items of food in, boxes, cans, stuff like that, just in case somebody stopped by. And the pace at which people would stop by started to increase just a little bit. And then one day, somebody came by and they said, hey, we were at another church in town looking for food, and they said that they really didn't have any, but they thought you did. So they sent us here. And so we took them down to the room and we got them something to eat. And about an hour later, that church called and said, hey, we sent some people over, but we'd like to help. Can we collect some food, or do you need some volunteers? And so that started to happen. And pretty soon this Sunday school room, it had so much stuff in it, it was hard to do Sunday school. It just consumed the space. And every indication was it was just going to keep growing. Properties that were becoming available in the area were, they seemed like they were selling before they even went on the market. We got a call from Mr. Royer, who owned Royer's Flower Shop on Railroad Street, been there forever. And he said, I'm moving the flower shop and I need to get rid of this property. I understand you're looking for property, you want to move your cupboard. I think this might work for you. Would you come and look at it? He said, I want to make you an offer on it. I just had the property appraised, worth like $190,000. And he said, I'll offer it to you, I think it was $90,000. And he said at $90,000, it's got 2 apartments over top of it, $90,000, you should be able to make the mortgage off of the rent that you'll get from the 2 apartments. And so it would really cost you nothing. This was a children's project. Once people started coming in, the children said, hey, to the congregation, can you help us keep this filled? In Palmyra and the surrounding community, there are a lot of really good people. Some of those people have very deep need, and some of them have a lot of resources. And the cupboard is simply a place where the need and the resources come together in a way that makes everybody better.
What did you use to put this all together? And my answer was very simple: the seat of my pants. And that's what it was. We were just, people don't understand that I never really solicited for anything. The word of mouth. It's an unbelievable testimony to this community. We were told in the beginning that there was no need at this end of the county. They're not going to really support you. Oh, absolutely, totally wrong. As soon as we opened the door, they were there, and some early on were really in great need. And then you begin to pick up the ones that are, they need us once a month. Our largest group of people is once a month.
There's over 100 volunteers. There are so many people, I have no clue who all they are. Without the support of the churches and the individuals, I mean, we had fresh fruit all summer, and we had so many donations that every kid got a bag with 5 pieces of fresh fruit, and we didn't buy any of it. It was just wonderful. And it doesn't take much for someone to become the person who needs the help as opposed to the person who is providing the help. It's a short walk, believe me. I think in the very beginning I was petrified because I was afraid we were going to get all of these kids and not have the resources. Everyone at the cupboard who has long-term history there said, don't worry, it'll show up, don't worry about it. Well, I lost a couple of nights' sleep until I saw that in action. I came in one morning, it was probably during the 2nd week of the program, and someone very casually said, oh, by the way, we got a check for over $1,100 this morning that's intended for the summer lunch program. And I was astounded because it's a very small church that donated it, and it was specifically earmarked for summer lunch. And then during the course of the summer, there were several times when I was almost out of something, and I would go to put a note up at the dock, at the receiving dock for the guys, I need this or what if this comes in. Sometimes before I got the note out there, it came in. I mean, it was unbelievable. Many of the things that showed up, I have no idea where they came from. but they showed up at the time that we really needed them. You know, we are not this monstrous generation that is only concerned with ourselves. I mean, you hear that a lot, but people are generally good-hearted, and if they know there's a need, they will try to meet it. And sometimes in ways you just absolutely never expect.
It's definitely awe-inspiring because there wasn't ever a battle cry, this sort of like, huge publicity stunt where we put out this, huge thing and said, we need all of this and we need all of these people. People just kind of came in the door and food just kind of came in the door, and that's how it's been sort of every distribution day, every week in, week out. We just are amazed at what we get. We have 46 client families in 2006. Now we've blossomed. We have over 600 people registered to our database. Yeah, we're touching lives, we're seeing impact.